I was born in South Philly, Pennsylvania, and I had a chance to, my parents moved out to southern part of New Jersey when I was a young child, around 6 years old. And I grew up on a peach orchard in southern part of New Jersey and ended up going to school at Westchester University to get my undergraduate in political science. I moved to Atlanta back in 1995. I had just gotten certified to teach, actually. And you know, my wife got offered a job in Atlanta, and it was a young city, and the Olympics were coming here, and we figured we'd take a chance, and we moved down here right around the time of the Olympics. When I was 14, 15, I spent a lot of time. My brother Joey was 2 years younger than me, and we were outside all the time. So I figured my career probably play shortstop for the Phillies or maybe even quarterback the Eagles, possibly. And I was pretty good in sports, so I went out to Westchester and played football. And then when I graduated with a degree in political science, I was offered a position at Glen Mills Schools, which was a school that worked with students that were adjudicated, that committed some crime and were sent to a private school for about a year. Usually the kids were there from 14 to 16 months. And I served as a counselor, and they actually like recruiting athletes to work with these kids that came from all over the country. And at the time, it didn't work out to play shortstop for the Phillies or quarterback for the Eagles. And I was going to go to law school. And then I realized pretty quickly that I could make a difference in kids' lives, and it didn't matter where kids were from, that you love people for being people first, and that really drove me into being a teacher. So they helped me go back and get my degree in teaching, and that's where my educational journey started for teaching, was at Glen Mills. As far as leading a school, I think being a teacher, I had the responsibility of my 20 or 30 kids in a class, and I coached. I coached basketball, I coached softball, and I think I wanted to take on a bigger role, and I wanted to help more kids. How could I have an impact to help more kids? So I became, Ron Tess gave me an opportunity to be an administrative assistant in Milton, and it was a great opportunity to be more involved in operation of a school and see that I could impact not only kids but also the teachers that impacted kids. And then from there I became assistant principal for 3 years, and I've been a principal for the last 13 years. And I think being a principal is, I love what I do, and I have the ability to impact kids on a daily basis. We have 2,000 kids here and have about 150, 180 staff members. So the work is never done. It always keeps me busy. I think the best part of my job is helping people. I get a chance to counsel kids and counsel teachers, help people grow. I think that's something that kind of lights my fire every day, my purpose. My purpose when I come to work every day is to make a difference in someone's life, and there's no more important job than what we do here in our school every day. That's what I love about my job. You know, as part of SPLOS opening the school, we were, the community surveyed and wanted a vet science program that was not like anything that we've had before in Fulton County. And I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought we're going to have a barn out there, we'll have a teacher, and then we'll go to the farm, we'll go to the zoo to see the animals. And then when I told my teacher that we weren't going to have animals, she said, why not? So we have 25 animals currently in our vet science building that range from dogs and cats and fish and reptiles and you name it. It has become a great opportunity for our kids. FFA did not exist last year in our school. We have FFA that competes on the national level already. It is a place for kids who have an interest in vet science or animal manufacturing or agriculture. We have provided kids opportunities that they've never had before, and it has been a great thing, not only for our school, but also for our school system. Yeah, parents ask me a lot. In fact, a lot of friends tell me, I'm looking at this school for my child, elementary school or middle school. What should I look for when I go into the building, or what should I ask the principal? And I always say, when you walk into the building, how are you greeted? What does it look like when you walk into the building? Who are the people you talk to? Do you feel comfortable? because you got to look at that. Your child, if you decide to go to that school, will be greeted the same way the entire time they're there. So it comes down to the people, comes down to the relationships, and that's one of the things you look at. Whenever parents come here, we give them a tour of the building so you can see our kids, and what we tell them to look for is how are the adults in the building interacting with the kids. Do you see people sitting on computers in the cafeteria, or are they interacting with the kids? We're not there just to watch the kids eat, we're there to help our kids. That is the most critical thing, I think. It is about relationships. I was your prototypical average kid in school until Mr. Watson, my math teacher in 8th grade, said that I was pretty good in math. He believed in me. And do you think I worked harder in that math class because of Mr. Watson? You're darn right I did. And I think that's what we do here, and we let our parents see that. We talk to our parents about that. Our teachers are invested in our kids. It's not just about coming here, working 8 hours and going home. I think people can see that when they walk into a building. I think growing up, my father was someone I always looked up to, and he taught me the value of hard work. He taught me the value of family. He taught me the value of being loyal to where you work. He worked for UPS and retired after 32 years UPS, and I just watched how he dealt with people. He was in Vietnam when I was born, and I didn't meet my father till I was almost 3 years old, and came back and worked for UPS as a driver and started his way up and went into management. So I got to see my dad work into management, and my dad worked long hours during the holidays, and I saw his commitment to his work. You know, my dad taught me about loving your country, loving your family, loving your work, and I think I learned a lot just watching him as a young child about what leaders do and how leaders take care of your family. The most important decisions I made being a leader is hiring people, my people. The most important thing I do in this job, my purpose is to take care of my kids. The most important thing I do is to hire people that will take care of our kids. This is a people business, this is a relationship business, and you know, this whole award of being the Principal of the Year for our learning community is really a great honor for me, but it's really shared with all the people in this building and the community at large. It's just, that's one thing I'm pretty good at. I hire good people that are invested. Every Monday we have a meeting, and a meeting with my leadership team and our office staff, and we go around the room. What is your purpose? Learned that from Nick Saban, you know, the head coach at Alabama. He does that with his leadership team. What is your purpose? You know, our purpose isn't to make sure the buses come every day. Our purpose isn't to make sure kids are fed every day. It's part of our routine. That's part of our function. Our purpose is to change kids' lives and to make today better for our kids than it was yesterday. So my main important focus is to make sure I have the right people on our team. You hire the best people, and then you empower them to make decisions. You give them the support and resources and feedback. You have conversations about how can I make things better in your classroom? How can I support you? In this job, we are lifelong learners, and we have to continue to learn. Our kids are coming to us more knowledge and skills with technology than ever before. As adults, we need to continue to learn. So I think my job, and we've had a lot of success with this, is to build our teachers' capacity to learn and to encourage them to try new things, encourage them to work together by hiring the best people that believe in collaboration and believe in trusting one another. That's how people learn. They don't learn from me dictating what I think they need to know. They learn from understanding where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are, and having me to support that, to make sure they have all the resources to be successful. I think my leadership style is, people say I go fast. There's a sense of urgency with me where our kids, when they're here, I don't have 4 years for our seniors. They're only here 1 year. I think I go fast. I think I'm very loyal. I take things personal. This is not just a job for me. This is who I am. This is what I do. I think I am very supportive of our staff here and our kids here. I think I'm very accessible. Being 6'4", people say I'm very intimidating, and being back in an office, the principal's office, is intimidating. But I think having kids come see me, having kids talk to me, I think I'm very accessible, and I'm very, very accessible to our kids.